For Sydney FC, Luke Ivanovic, Caleb Niemanhoff, Adam Pavlicic, Thomas Main and Jaden Kucharski, whilst on the bench for Wollongong Wolves, Darcy Madden, Luke Carey's, Stefan Demoski, Guy Knight and Buljuach. As we have proceedings underway here at Wynn Stadium, Nikola Djordjevic just getting it across to his centre-back partner in Nicholas Littler. Ben Tosi with an early touch for the home side. Switch of play now. That was Ryan Talbot with a header. Paolo Bonani next to get things going forward for Sydney. Has been a very wet day today down here in Wollongong. Some heavy showers throughout the under-20s. So it will be tough conditions for both sides. As Mlinari gets the ball forward now. Jake Holman. He just can't get the ball across. So McDonald takes the throw for the Wolves. A pretty good crowd on hand considering the conditions here today. As Harry van der Sark just blocks Nicholas Littler there. Ball goes back to Justin Passfield for his first touch of the afternoon now. Stachevski to Djordjevic. Big game for the home side today. Wollongong Wolves, of course, losing last week to Sydney United on the back of that upset loss in the FFA Cup. So Luke Wilkshire looking to get things back in tip-top shape today. There's a foul there called against Thomas James. So Thomas Shield-Bell will take the free kick for Sydney. He's back from annual leave. So he's in the starting lineup today for Adam Pavlicic, who played in the 20s and will sit on the bench for first grade. Luke Ivanovic, another. He'll be playing some limited minutes off the bench today for Jimmy Van Wieren. Price just gets it back to Passfield, settles things down. Early stages here at Wynn Stadium. No opportunities at the moment for those just joined us for either side. Tough conditions. James. Akata. Down the line for Scott. He wins the throw on the far side. Chris Price to take it for Wolves. Stachevski. Akata tries to play the 1-2 there with Price. Concedes the throw. And will be Talbot on the far side that takes it for Sydney. Looking for Holman. Intercepted there in the centre of the park by the 14 in Callaghan. And Sydney now look to play out from the back. Holman finding Joey Tillio. Holman now just plays it short there for Coop, but well read by Djordjevic. Thomas James just sees that first touch of his cleaned up by Anton Mlinaric. Of course, we touched on Anton Mlinaric starting today for Sydney, coming in for Van Meurs. It's a good opportunity for him to get some starting minutes under his belt. Plenty of opportunities for this young Sky Blue side this year. Mlinaric goes across. Bonani looking for Coop. Djordjevic gets there first. Ball over the top. Getting there first again, Bonani. Talbot looking for Teague in the centre of the park, but picked up there by Stachevski. Switches the play. Finding Littler. Overlapping now is McDonald. Can go short to James, the flick. Well read there by Joey Tillio for Sydney. And Thomas Fay to help out now and get things going forward, but only as far as Tosi. So there's a change to the jerseys. Thomas Fay usually in the number 14 jersey. He's wearing the number 4. So for those of you just watching and seeing the 4 and not the 14, it is Thomas Fay. Tillio steps on it now. Holman. Teague over the top, looking for Fay. Can it stay in? Just a little too much oomph on it there. By Teague. Throwing taken by McDonald for Tosi. Does well to recover the ball there under pressure. Benjamin Tosi. Sydney now through Scabilio. Tilio just tried to play it short to Teague. All read there by Scott. Concedes a throw. Of course, we'll keep you up to date with the other games around the grounds today. Of course, 2 games played last night. Sutherland Sharks 2 defeating Blacktown City 1. And also out of Popondetta, Mount Druitt Town Rangers 2 defeating Rockdale City Suns 1. So the resurgence of both Sutherland and Rockdale creating much interest and hype in this competition. Ball over the top there for Tilio there by Harry van der Sarg. Too much power on it. This will take the goal kick. Of course, to the Wolves fans watching the coverage today at the Frat Club. Hello to you all. No doubt you'll be looking to welcoming the players to the club post-game with all 3 points. Wolves have led the entire competition from round 1. So the first 14 rounds, and regardless of the result today, with a 5-point buffer, they will remain in top spot for 15 consecutive weeks. They certainly like to get the 3 points today and keep that buffer there, with the chasing pack looming ominously as a switch of play now for Fay. Tilio, not the greatest of first touches there by Joey Tilio. And James Stachewski wins it. So McDonald's ball down the line, intercepted easily by Teague. This plays a 1-2 with Scabilio. Of course, Sydney have had quite a few players missing in recent weeks through annual leave and injuries, and of course Lee McGing and Jerry Scatatas have made their way across to Sutherland Sharks. Hamish Lamberton, another one of those players who got injured during the week, so he's an out today for Jim Van Wieren. Switch now by Georgievic, finding Price on the far side. Plays it short to Okada. Stachewski now. Dummy there by James, but Lachlan Scott a little too far away there to make it count. Carter on the far side. Plays it inwards for Callaghan. Tosi under pressure from Coop. Just gets it back to Okada. Stachewski now. McDonald. Under pressure from Joey Tilio, so goes back to where the ball came from. The switch of play. All read there by Callum Talbot on the far side for Sydney, and they can turn defence into attack now through Harry van der Sarg. Rides the challenge of Callaghan, still going. Harry van der Sarg up towards the 18-yard box. The shot blocked there by the Wolves. Scott chests it down for Stachewski now. Plays it in behind for James. Lenaric, strong though, reads it well. Concedes the throw. Deep into Sydney territory. And will be Taylor McDonald to take it quickly. Tosi. McDonald looks to beat Tilio around the outside. Fay comes in. Tough challenge on McDonald. The right back does well to win the corner for Wollongong. Just over 9.5 minutes played here in Wollongong, and still no score, 0-0 between the Wolves and Sydney FC. A great opportunity now for the Wolves. Nakata goes short. The dummy by James. The ball in by Stachevski. Still with Wollongong now. Tosi. Stachevski. Nakata. Goes short to James. Inside the 18-yard box now on the turn. Thomas James. Just couldn't get enough bend on it, but does win the corner though after the deflection. And again it'll be Akata. Has Stachevski near him, goes short. Plays it to James. Akata now along the byline. Can he cut it back? Oh, well read there by the 54 in Mlinarik. Mixing it up there, the Wolves. This time it's Stachevski with a set piece. Far post ball looking for the header. Down from Tosi. It was Djordjevic though. Good header down by the central defender. Tipped over by Hewitt Bell. Still not out of danger. Sydney. McDonald, Littler and Djordjevic. Far post. They go short. The dummy. Stachevski with a shot from distance. The block there by Teagan. All of a sudden it's Sydney through Holman. Over the top for Coop. He'll win the match race there between him and Tosi. Holman into the 18-yard box. Has a shot with his left. A good shot across the face there, but getting down well. Justin Passfield for the home side and rolls it quickly out to Akata. The switch, looking for James. First time for McDonald, but nicked away there by Jake Holman. Towards the 18-yard box, still going Jake Holman. Standing firm, Nick Littler, though. Wins it for Wolves. Advantage played there by referee Lucas. Scott. McDonald. Long ball forward for Callaghan. Mlinarik getting there first once again. And just concedes the throw. Just isolating that corner pocket there. Anton Mlinarik. Happy to concede the throw. And at the same time allow Sydney to regroup, reshape. Throwing taken. Littler. For Djordjevic. Tosi. The switch is on. Good vision again from the central defender. Finding Price. Overlapping run now. Carter decides to go infield though to James. Stachevski. Very condensed middle third at the moment. So Littler decides to play it wide for McDonald. Gets it into his unfavourable left, but into the box nonetheless. Akata. Stachevski. The head on there by Callaghan, still onside. James. The second effort there. Thomas James. Not far wide for the home side. It's almost an air swing that first time. Got it back onto his right. Looking for that top corner. Just couldn't get it under the bar, Thomas James. Hewitt Bell now with the goal kick for the home side. Sorry. Sydney. Up over the half. Littler. His head down only as far as Teague, fighting tough in that central part of the midfield there, but it's Scott now through that front third it goes, and it's James overlapping his Price. Sibilio reads it well, and it's plays the 1-2 with Van der Sar up over the halfway. Tug there by James. Play on. Holman. Fay makes the run in behind him. They decide to go infield to Tilio. Van der Sar, he'll have a shot from distance. The block. And it's Akata now who can turn defence into attack. But Thomas James just happy to settle things down. Quarter of an hour played down here at Wynn. And opportunity now through Joey Tilio. Just can't get the direction on it, Joey Tilio. But good play there in the centre of the park. The 1-2. Just snapped at it with his left. We approach 15 and a half minutes here at Wynn Stadium. 0-0 still. Will Gotza's calling all the action for you today. Around the grounds, no scores at the moment. Man United 0, Marconi Stallions 0. Up here to kick off at 3:30 today against Sydney United. And also Sydney Olympic and Hakawa Sydney City East. That game will be played at 6:15, also at Lambert Park, so that game has been transferred from Belmore today onto the synthetic. But it's the Wolves now through Scott. 1-2 in behind for Callahan, who's offside. Of course, these sides have played each other 5 times since Sydney FC came up to the NPL 1 competition in 2017. There's 3 victories to the Wolves, the 1 drawing and the 1 win to Sydney. And Sag with the head on. Coop a little too far away from it there, but Holman wins the head. Foul by Littler on Van der Sar. Free kick to Sydney. Of course, the game they played earlier on this year at Lambert Park. Wolves defeated Sydney 4-3. Holman working hard there, trying to dispossess McDonald. Does well, Taylor McDonald, and down the line he goes. Can only as far as Lenaric. Scabilio, Teague. Under pressure from Akata. Van der Sar plays it nicely for Teague. Overlapping on the far side is Talbot. He'll keep it in. Chris Price in front of him. Keeps possession. So it goes to Van der Sar. Scabilio. Good opportunity now for Sydney to have a shot from distance. Paddy Scabilio. Straight at Passfield. Yeah, the game played earlier this year at Lambert Park. It was a victory to Wollongong by 4-3. Wolves led that one 4-1, and Sydney came back with the wet sail in that final 20 minutes to make it 4-3, and in the end may have been able to forge some sort of result, but ran out of time. We've said it many times this year, Sydney can score goals and score them quickly. Not to be taken lightly, that's for sure. Even with players missing at the moment. Scott. Fay. Does well, Thomas Fay, to win the throw for Sydney. Of course, we touched on Ben Van Muel's last week's captain's out at the moment. Joel King. Hamish Lamberton missing, Marco Tilio, Geordie Swibble. So plenty of players out of the mix at the moment. But next couple of weeks, Jim Van Wieren will get a few of those players back, so it will be welcome additions for the side. Scabilio. McDonald there, tough challenge. Free kick just inside Sydney half. Lenaric. Bonani. Goes wide to Talbot. Nice first touch, just creating a little bit of space. Closed down quickly there by Akata it was. Heward Bell looking for the switch now. For Fay, getting there first, McDonald. Heads it down for Callahan. Again, Sydney come away with it through Mlinaric. Of course, next week, both sides at home. Wolves, once again, will be entertaining down here at Wynn. It'll be Olympic, Sunday, 3 p.m. The switch of play now for Joey Tilio. Sits up for him nicely. Can go short to Holman. Far post ball looking for Coop. Almost getting there, Ben Coop. Just couldn't get his head on the end of that. Well measured cross. It was. And Sydney will be at home next Saturday night against Mount Druitt Town Rangers. So 7 p.m. kick-off at Lambert Park for the Sky Blues. Van der Sarg, some pressure there on Passfield, but keeper's experience there. Not fast whatsoever, but some good press there from Harry Van der Sarg. Littler up over the half. Movement in the front forward by Akata. Tries to get in behind Mlinari, can't do so. Teague rides the challenge there. Off Stachevski. And Van der Sarg switches it for Talbot. As Teague and Holman. Holman gets there with the head, but just can't head it down. For Teague, who'd make that run forward as well from the midfield. Jeffsky just trying to create something in that centre of the park. Price. Sitting through this almost 22 minutes of the first half, keeping their structures and lines well. To get caught out a couple of times last week against Marconi, especially in that second half. Look like they've taken a few lessons out of that game. Tosi now on the right. Scott. Not the greatest of first-time passes there from Lachlan Scott. Scored 5 goals of his own this year. Looking to get back on the score sheet once again. Of course, suffered that fracture to his face a few weeks back. He's come back full of confidence, as you would expect, the ex-Western Sydney Wanderers A-League player in Lachlan Scott. He'll build up over the half. Coop and Littler challenging for the head. Tosi just plays it off Tillio. Leaves it for McDonald. Tosi can't corral it down the line. Coop fighting there with Georgievic. Speaking with Benny Coop pre-game, talking about the conditions. He said it's their dream conditions for strikers. So not always easy for defenders to defend in inclement conditions such as we've faced today. Considering the limited amount of rain that we have had this season. A little different for the players to play in the wet as Holman gets there first and nicks it off. Akata isolated, looking for support. Tug there. Advantage played, and it's overlapping now. Joey Tillio. McDonald trying to get back. Joey Tillio on his right. Beats Tosi. Still going, Joey Tillio. Great skill. Plays it in for Van der Sarg. Can he get behind Littler? He can, but McDonald cleans up. Stachevski for Akata. Great challenge there by the Olyroos skipper the Joey skipper in Ryan Teague. And wins the foul. You know how talented he is, Ryan Teague. He's really looked comfortable in the last month or so. Starting out the year in the 20s. It's a good thing, speaking with Jim Van Wieren pre-game, about these young guys. You can see them growing in stature every week. Another one of those players, Harry van der Sark, who started the season as right back and has played a much more advancing role in the last few weeks for Sydney and looked comfortable doing so. Great for their development. Ball over the top. Too much heat on it. Straight to Hewitt Bell. Just over 25 minutes played here in Wollongong. Still 0-0 between Wolves and Sydney FC. Fay. Pull inside. Joey Tilio with a switch. Talbot plays it short to Scabilio. Carter intercepts it. Another 1-2. Takuru Carter rides a challenge. Scott gets it into the 18-yard box, looking to square it up for Callahan. And timely intercepted and well read there by Mlinarik. Van der Sark now up over the half. Tosi there. Wins possession back for the Wolves. Stachevski with a switch. McDonald with a bit of space. Room to move. It's back inside for Callahan. The Den are in fine form and voice today. James. You see Sydney working very hard in that middle third at the moment. Haven't been any opportunities for Wollongong. Certainly know that they're a side that are happy to wait 70, 80 minutes if they have to get the result. Great challenge there by Van der Sark on Tosi. Up over the 18. Slides it in behind for Coop. Just waited too much on it there. Harry van der Sark breaking down in that front third, that final pass, but a great opportunity again. Scabilio now. As Talbot. Coop makes his way back into that middle third up top. Between Little and Georgievic. Fay now. It does well. Holman. Let's try to hit us up here in the commentary booth. Not far off. Squares it up. Georgievic. It's Price now. James. Plenty of Sydney fans as well down here at Wollongong today. Good to see and hear in fine voice. Callahan, the switch for Price. Looking for Scott inside the box. Taylor now tugged there by Scott. And then he's played by Stephen Lucas. Teague. Rides the challenge of a Carter. Still going Ryan Teague. Tight there between McDonald and Passfield. That time it was Van der Sark sniffing around for Sydney. Georgievic now. The Scorpion King finds Chris Price. James. Ball in behind and it beats everybody even. Lachlan Scott, well, he'd switched off there. Lachlan Scott expecting the ball to be cleared away. And if he'd stayed with the moment, he would have been jolly on the spot to make it 1-0, but not to be for the striker. You see his body language, kicking himself at the moment, Lachlan Scott. Hugh Bell. Strong header by Littler. Tosi wins it. Callahan has James to his left. Scott to his right. Falls for a Carter. And they reload through James. Onto his right. Now Takaru Carter. Try to square it up for Stachevski. Tosi wins it there. Recycles out for Sydney ball though. And it's Holman. Has Van der Skaag screaming to him on his right. Comes left for Fay. Plays it short to Tillio. Teague. And the ball will go across to the right now in Talbot, who's on his own. Good possession here from Sydney. Bonani. Talbot. Good first touch. Created that space, allowed him to come infield. Mlinarik. Holman now. Callahan. Trying to slow him up. Gets a ball in behind for Tillio. Well read there by Nick Littler though. Coop plays it down for Tillio, but Fay to Coop. Getting in there first was Stachevski. Tracking back, helping out defensively is Coop, but Tosi gets it down the line for James. Infield for Scott, plays the 1-2. Scabilio, Alisman, Mlinarik there. Winning back possession for Sydney. Played quickly now. Bonani for Talbot as the rain comes down once again here in Wollongong. Seagull weather today down on the south coast of New South Wales. Fay over the top. Asking too much of Tillio there though, Thomas Fay. Well, they're trying to play it down the line. Doesn't have the compass set correctly there though. Holman. The switch now for Talbot. Can't go anywhere on that far side, Talbot. You see Coop. And also Van der Skaag getting into possession, but tough conditions for players today. Price, Nakata. Littler. And McDonald hugging the touchline. Again, they go back over to the far side. Shifting it left to right, Wollongong. More direct route this time now. It's Callahan. Sizes it up for James. Just can't drag it there. Cleared away to safety. By Bonani it was. Joey Tillio. Fade down the line for Coop, but Littler gets there first. Georgievic. Price. Sydney working very hard off the ball today. Limiting time and space on the ball for Wollongong. McDonald. Scott. Tugged there by Fay. Still going Lachlan Scott. Standing up was Fay and allows Joey Tillio to get things underway. Once again for Sydney through Talbot. Again, Van der Skaag infield there. Talbot can't go anywhere but backwards. Fay. Tough challenge there by Holman on Callahan. Callahan picks himself up from the mud. Still no yellow cards in this contest. Very clean game at the moment, as you would expect. Stephen Lucas in charge. Wollongong with the throw. McDonald gets it in for Callahan onto his right. Harry Callahan. Thomas James for a post. And he doesn't need a second offing. Thomas James.
Goal.
Well, they worked it well, Wollongong.
Thomas James.
The beautiful ball over the top by Harry Callahan. And Wollongong 1, leads Sydney 0.
That makes the score Wollongong Wolves 1, Sydney FC 0.
Thomas James from 2 yards out wasn't going to miss that header. And with it came his 17th goal of the season. Well worked play there from the throw. Floating ball in behind by Callahan. And it's the Wolves who'll play from in front. Van der Sar. Bill. Long ball forward looking for Coop. On his bike was Georgievic. Still going Ben Coop on that far side. Nathan Watton has played a foul on the far side. You can't switch off anywhere when Thomas James is on the field. It was a great ball there by the ex-Bull AFC player, Harry Callahan. So James had peeled off at the far post, unmarked. One thing to have the vision, but also the skill to deliver the ball. And that's what he did, Dirty Harry. Harry Callahan with the assist there. Holman looking to leave it there for Van der Sar, but picks his chest out on the way. The Carter now, though, for Wolves. James. Sydney sitting a lot deeper at the moment after conceding that goal. Let's see where Wolves' defence are at the moment. Playing a very deep line are Sydney. Nakata. Price. Nice. McDonald. Callahan just wanting the ball back there, but deciding against it. Taylor McDonald. James. There's Fay. Twisting and turning. Thomas James again gets the ball into the mixer. Lenaric with a header. Stachevski wins it though. And there he is. Carter. You'll have a shot from here. Takaru Carter, the block. Again by Lenaric. Foul on Coop. Free taken by Teague. Callahan to Stachevski. Littler first time finding McDonald. He's ball into the box for Scott. Onto his left. Straight at the keeper. Well, he created the space there, Lachlan Scott. Was looking for that far post. Instead picking out Hewitt Bell. Talbot. Van der Sar. Coop. He's worked hard in his first half. Almost threading it there for Tilio. Scott working it in the centre of the park for Okada. Can't keep it in. Just over 40 minutes played here in Wollongong. Wolves 1, Sydney FC 0. For those just joining us, Will Gotts is calling this one for you today. There's a Thomas James header that separates both sides at the moment. Goal only coming in the 37th minute. Well worked. Throw in. Callahan with a delightful ball over the top to an unmarked James, giving Wolves the lead. And progress scores from around the grounds at the moment. At Cromer Park, 36 gone. Manly United 0. Marconi Stallions 0. And only 10 minutes into the action at Lambert Park, Apia 0. Sydney United 58, FC 0. So we'll keep you abreast of the scores as they filter through. Talbot now. Price will get there first. Van der Stark just plays it off to Carter. Not sure how this rain is filtering through on your screens at home. It's very heavy at the moment. Torrential almost. Players are certainly going to welcome a warm shower at the end of this contest today. Georgievic with the header. A flick on by Stachevski. Callahan with the header. Banani gets it down onto the ground. And Manarik finding Fay. Tilio. Space closed down. Callahan just doing enough. Scott. Callahan, Stachevski to his left as well as Akata. Stachevski first time for Akata, overlapping his Price. If you can get it to Price, you'll get it into the mixer. Chris Price, first time ball in. The head away by Sydney. It was Banani with a header. Just as danger loomed for Sydney. McDonald into the mixer. Akata gets it down. Littler. Can't find Price, and it's Talbot. We're into the final couple of minutes of this first half here in Wollongong. The Wolves leading 1-0 over Sydney FC. Foul on the far side on Coop. Of course, Wollongong looking to maintain that 5-point buffer. They go quick. Van der Sarg. Talbot. Not able to capitalise there. Good vision shown by Banani. Holman finding Van der Sarg. Straight at Passfield. James just plays it off Fay. For the Wolves ball. We've got just calling this one for you today down here on the south coast of New South Wales. Inclement weather it is in Wollongong. And no doubt all over Sydney today. The showers about. Thank you for joining us far and wide through the NPL New South Wales Facebook page as well as the Football New South Wales YouTube channel. Don't forget to follow all the social media handles for all the latest news, highlights of what is a great competition. It's Callahan now, first time. The block there from Mlinarik. And as we approach the 45-minute mark here at Wynn, an opportunity for the Wolves to double their lead Approaching half-time. Stachewski will be the man to deliver it. He goes short, looking for Thomas James first time, again the block. And we'll see James Stachewski once again reload the gun and pull the trigger from the corner spot. This time he goes far, looking for the header. Littler there with the header. Can't get the direction on it. And no added time on here in this first half. In Wollongong, and it's the league leaders. Wollongong Wolves 1, leading Sydney FC 0. And Thomas James in the 37th minute. Difference between both sides. It's Thomas James, 17th of the season. We'll take a short break and come back to you for the second half. Down here at Wynn Stadium, Wollongong Wolves 1, leading Sydney FC 0.
Bigger and better than ever.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Wynn Stadium as the players are filtering out for the commencement of the second half. Wollongong 1 leading Sydney FC 0. Goal in the 37th minute by Thomas James, his 17th of the season. The difference at the moment, a well-worked throw. Taylor McDonald found Harry Callahan inside the 18-yard box. Picked out Thomas James with great vision. And the floating ball over the top. Thomas James had peeled off the defender's hip. It was a free header in the end. And that's the difference between the two sides at the moment. Of course, other games being played at the moment. Half-time at Cromer Park. Manly United 1 leading Marconi 0. That was a goal in injury time. Big hello to Jordan Murray, ex-Wollongong Wolves player, of course. Played down here, as well as up your Leichhardt Tigers before he made his way into the A-League system at the Central Coast Mariners. See that he's watching today. So, hope you're enjoying the coverage, Jordan. Also, Dylan Nora Honor, thoroughly enjoying Thomas James. Absolute carve-up week in, week out in the NPL. So, I've got a Thomas James fan, and you're not the only person there, Dylan. 17th goal of the season. No mean feat. In the second half, just had to wait for Hugh Bell to make his way back out. Different strip. Change of strip at the end of that first half, that half time. Scott. Talbot. Littler rising higher than Coop there. And Georgievic. Price, just all the experience in the world. Makata. It's Talbot that finds Heward Bell. Our throw, not the first of the afternoon. You can see a half-time substitution for Luke Wilkshire's Wolves, and it's Guy Knight who's on. And he looks to have taken the place of Ben Tosi, so like-for-like switch between the two. Scott in field now. James. McDonald. First touch football from the Wolves. James once again on ball. Can't get it to Scott. Well read by Paddy Scabilio. Tilio calls for it on the left. Joey Tilio, that is. Okay, still out at the moment. Hoping to have him back in the next week or so. Teague. Vandesag. Talbot. Scabilio. Vandesag. Important opening 10 or 15 minutes for Sydney. Last week they got a couple of early goals in that second half against Marconi after only trailing 1-0, which really opened the game up. Joey Tilio from distance. Just over the bar, Joey Tilio. So they'll need to just keep their shape. This opening quarter of an hour in the second half. If they do that, they'll certainly bring this game up to their ears for a result today. Only trailing 1-0. As the rain has eased off a little for the time being. Djordjevic to Price. Infield for Knight. He gets there first. A little bit of pinball at the moment, the Wollongong plays, but it does find itself to James. Plays it off Bonani and wins the corner for Wollongong. As we see Littler and McDonald, as well as Djordjevic, make their way up into that 18-yard box. Stachevski. May have been the ball was just outside the area there. Eagle eye referee Stephen Lucas picked it up. They reload again. They go near. He beats everybody. Littler with the Cruyff. The block there from Mlinarik. The big man showcasing all his skills this year in 2019. And the Wolves again now. Almost making it 2. But again, Mlinarik strong. Forcing another corner. Delivery in, looking for the header from Djordjevic. Getting there first was Van der Sarg. Knight with a switch. Talbot gets it down. Van der Sarg. Talbot now comes in field, looking for runners. There's Tilio. Goes far to Fay. Holman. Littler strong. Concedes a throw. .34 gone at Lambert Park. Apia 0. Sydney United 58 FC 0. I believe there has been a red card given to one of the Apia players, so they will play for a good 55 minutes with 10 men. Tough challenge there by Bonani. Play on, says Lucas. Akata up towards the 18-yard box, trying to get onto his right. The block still going. Teague under pressure. And Sydney play out. It's with the Joey's captain now, Ryan Teague. Towards the half-way line. Had to hold it up. Coop just marginally offside there. Joey Tilio certainly wasn't. Tilio, far post, nobody there. Straight to Passfield. Can roll it out quickly to Price if he chooses. Instead looking to go long. Not on, so plays it short to Littler. McDonald. Ball over the top for Scott. Again, tracked by Mlinarik. He has been good today, the central defender for Sydney. Coming in for Ben Van Meurs. Making the most of his opportunities. Young Anton Mlinarik. Stachevski tries to pass it to Callaghan there, but Sydney play it out well. Van der Sarg. Coop. Knight just getting in there and winning possession for Wolves. James. Price is streaming to his left. He goes there. First time ball in. The block there by Talbot. And Wollongong with another corner. Just over 54 minutes played here at Wynn Stadium. Wollongong 1 leading Sydney FC 0. Will Gotts is calling the action for you today. Thank you for joining in through the NPL New South Wales Facebook page and Football New South Wales YouTube channel. As the corner is taken, looking for the header there. Headed away was by Mlinarik. Van der Sarg finding Talbot it is. Looking to pick out Holman. Price gets there first, Akata. T gets the opportunity to get it down on the ground. Free kick to Sydney. Banani. And Talbot just allowing Price to get to it first. Fay. Tilio can turn, has plenty of space. Joey Tilio. Teague, 1-2. Talbot is screaming for it on the right. They're playing it through the centre though, through Coop it is now. A little audacious attempt there on the turn by Ben Coop. May have been better off to lay it to Callum Talbot. Could have floated a nice measured ball into the box. Wasn't to be. Van der Sarg wins the header there. It's Cabilio. Infield it goes. Holman. Straight to McDonald, turns over possession, and Taylor McDonald looks up and finds Akata in the centre of the park, and this is where they're so dangerous on transition. Wollongong, Akata looking for Scott. Timely intercepted there by Thomas Fay. How quick they can turn defence into attack. Sydney just need to maintain that shape of theirs, especially if they turn it over. McDonald now looking for James, far post. Talbot gets there first. And just helps it away from danger. Knight now. McDonald calls for it. Will do well to keep it in. Taylor McDonald certainly does that. Stachevsky, first time ball in, looking for Callahan. Akata with a shot! And Takaru Akata puts it away! And that's his 5th of the year, Takaru Akata. Wollongong have just doubled their lead here at Wynn Stadium. They lead Sydney by 2-0.
That makes the score Wollongong Wolves 2, Sydney FC 0. Substitution.
Takaru Akata has been
number 11.
One of the great assists of this side this season.
Onto the field.
Fabulous signing he has been
Giuseppe
for Luke Wilkshire. Picked up from Corrimal in the Illawarra Premier League in the off-season. And we see Luke Ivanovic coming on for Joey Tilio. Substitution that was pretty much on the cards for Jim Van Wieren. Luke Ivanovic coming back from some annual leave. Limited minutes today. Joey Tilio doing well today for the Young Sky Blues, just not getting those opportunities in that front third. Been solid though through this almost 60 minutes of this contest. Just the experience of this Wollongong outfit at the moment. Two of the chief destroyers this year for Wolves. Thomas James and Takaru Akata, where they found their goals today. Fay with the header. Teague under pressure from Stachevsky and Scott, so tries to play it down the line. Not enough yardage there though. McDonald Scott now. Looking for Callahan, getting there first. Once again, Mlinarik. Ivanovic. Teague. Holman. Pirouetting there, the full 360. Loses possession there. Play on. Advantage played. It's Van der Sarg. Jake Holman. We'll need to use Talbot. Isolated there by Georgievic. We'll see Nicola make his way back into that centre of defence now. A lazy first touch there by Fay, but on his bike. Keeps it in. Ivanovic. Beautiful ball there for Fay. Has Coop inside the 18-yard box. Just can't measure the cross though. Carter to James. Like a ballerina pirouetting there in the centre of the park. Okada. Price calls for it. Carter. James. Just playing the possession game at the moment, the Wolves. Scabilio. Carter works hard as he always does. Wins back possession. Chris Price lunges in, play on, says the referee. Callahan pulls the trigger. Can't get the direction on the goal. It certainly has been a feature of Luke Wilkshire's side this season, how fit they are, but also how hard they work off the ball for one another. And they need to be, to keep their spot in that side every week. They have had a good run of injury throughout 2019 and suspensions. Quite a disciplined side. Saw the discipline brought in the off-season by Luke Wilkshire. Touched on throughout 2019 how they clean the sheds after every game. Don't leave any rubbish around. It's all the little things, all the minor details in the prep. Of course, winning makes it a happy house. That's what it's been for the Wolves this year. Catching everyone on the hop early on, but 15 weeks in top spot. No Wolves side has ever done that. The ball is turned over now, and it's McDonald as James and Scott into the 18-yard box. Ivanovic does well. Concedes the corner though. Be a good battle down that side between McDonald and Ivanovic in his final half hour. Looking fresh at the moment. Of course, only just coming on some 5 or 6 minutes ago, but a couple of weeks break for him to revitalise after a long season. Ball inside the box. Littler with a header. Scott. Mlinarik clears it away. Long ball forward there by Price. Straight to Hewitt Bell. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, both sides next week in round 16 action. Wollongong once again at home here on Sunday, 3 p.m. against last year's champions, Sydney Olympic, who themselves fighting to survive the top 5 finals race this year. And next Saturday night at Lambert Park, Sydney taking on Mount Druitt Town Rangers. Stachewski with signal now. Ostensibly all the runners are far post, so that's where he looks to get it in into the mixer there. The flick on header by Littler. Well, the central defender rose tallest there. Just couldn't get his head on target. May well have made it 3-0. Speaking of action, the scores from around the grounds. 54 gone at Cromer Park. Still Man United 1, leading Marconi Stallions 0. Approaching half-time at Lambert Park. It's a 10-man Apia 0. Sydney United 58 FC 0. Massive contest those two games are. And later on tonight, 6:15, it will be Sydney Olympic taking on Kawa Sydney City East. Game that has been shifted from Belmore Sports Ground to Lambert Park, so it will be played at the conclusion of the Apia Sydney United game. Talbot tries to go it alone. Looks at the referee for a foul. Nothing in the offing from Stephen Lucas. And Passfield now will take the goal kick for the home side. I've got us calling all the action for you today again. Thank you for joining. Not only fans of Wollongong Wolves and Sydney FC, but fans of the NPL New South Wales Men's 1 competition. Have tuned in for every game live this year throughout 2019. So a big shout out to the Frat Club, the home away from home for the Wolves fans. And players will be there after the game, as is accustomed to happen after home fixtures down here in Wollongong. Stachewski, Akata. Back heel for Stachewski. Plenty of room to the right if they can shift it. Littler to McDonald. Callahan comes across, hugging that far touch line, looking for the ball, but McDonald sides against it. Carter finds Callahan though. Thomas Fay getting there first. The ball in only as far as Callahan on the half volley. Had Hewitt Bell scrambling. Almost an opportunist strike there from the number 14. Wins the header. Lenaric plays it short to Scriblio. And he's pickpocketed now. Akata. James. Price. Plenty of players in the 18-yard box looking for a delivery. Georgievic over the top. Akata, good show of strength there on Akata, holding off Talbot. Inside pass, Scobilio. The no-look pass for James. Price now can whip it in to James with a header. Straight to Hewitt Bell though. Once again, good movement off the ball by the Wolves. Also for Thomas James, couldn't get enough power on that header to trouble Hewitt Bell. Coop now. Talbot. Benani under pressure, does well. Lenaric. Long ball forward, looking for Van der Sar. Getting Price there. Gets there first. Akata. Holding off Talbot at the moment. Knight. I'd like to have that one again, Guy Knight. As we see another substitution for Jim Van Wieren. And will be young Jake Holman coming off. And he'll be replaced by Callum Nieuwenhof.
Substitution for Sydney FC. Number 24, Jake Holman. Makes way for number 34.
Sydney's second substitution of the afternoon. Rain has almost passed at the moment. It's a cool day down here in the Gong though. Van der Sarg. Price wins the header. James. how quickly they can attack. Wollongong now through a Carter into the 18-yard box for Lachlan Scott. Gets it down. Can he pull the trigger? Hewitt Bell with a save. Good block there by the custodian and cleared away to safety by Sydney. Well, Lachlan Scott just had to wait for the ball to drop. Just gave Hewitt Bell enough time to block the shot there from James. Good bit of goalkeeping from the number one. Free kick into the mixer now, looking for Nick Littler. So close, Nicholas Littler. Looking for his third of the season. He's getting closer, the big central defender. Soon father to be again, only weeks away. Scott. Stachewski just rolls it across for McDonald. Ball in, cleared away easily by Talbot. Teague fighting with McDonald. McDonald does well. Callahan plays the 1-2. McDonald can square it up. Here's the Carter now, he'll load it up. And the block by Bonani. And Sydney now can play out through Coop. Ivanovic. Coop. Just showed too much of that first touch there to Guy Knight. A Carter. Bonani again. Stifling that Wolves attack. Scabilio though. Slides it across for Nieuwenhof. Bonani. Bonani will switch it to Mlinarik. Fay over the top for Coop. Again. Has to hold it up. Littler there. Does well, Ben Coop. Cleared away though by McDonald to Teague. Scabilio under pressure from Makata. He'll continue on putting the pressure there. But Sydney doing well. Some good build up here. Possession-based football from the young Sky Blues through Fay. Ivanovic. He'll have a shot from distance. Can't get enough over it. Luke Ivanovic. A little over 17 minutes to play here in this round 15 clash down in Wollongong, and it's the Wolves 2 leading Sydney FC 0. Progress scores from around the ground. Still 1-0 at Kramer Park. 63 gone between Manly United leading Marconi Stallions. And half-time at Lambert Park. Apia 0. Sydney United 58 FC 0. Nieuwenhof now. Callahan chasing back. Callum Nieuwenhof tries to dink it over the top for Ivanovic. Carter. Good block there by Talbot. Scabilio though. Does fall for the Wolves. Through Callahan. McDonald making a run to his right. Goes infield for James. Well read there by Bonani. And he tries his luck from distance. Should have perhaps driven into Wolves territory there. Certainly had a 3-on-3 up ahead. Could have made it 4-on-3. Instead saw Passfield off his line and tried the specky. Wasn't to be. Scott now slides in behind for Callaghan into the box. And is he fouled? Yes, he is. Referee Lucas points to the spot. And Thomas Fays saying that he didn't get any of him. And for the second week in a row, the young Sky Blues give up a penalty. It will be the sharpshooter of the league, Thomas James, to step up. Up steps Thomas James. Going the right way, killed Bill. The follow-up shot, though, by Lachlan Scott.
Goal to Wollongong Wolves, number 24.
Well, tough luck there for the custodian, Thomas Hewitt-Bell. He gets the right way,
3.
but quickest to pounce
Sydney FC.
for the Wolves was Lachlan Scott, and that's Lachlan Scott's 6th of the season. And with the Wolves now taking a 3-0 lead, they are certainly headed towards their 10th victory of the season.
13, Stefan Dimoski comes onto the field for the goal scorer. 24.
And with the last touch of the game coming off is Lachlan Scott. And Stefan Dimoski makes his way on for this final 14 minutes. Stachevsky there fighting with Teague. McDonald sends it forward almost to the entertainment centre. Well, it certainly will be a much needed victory for the Wolves today here in Wollongong. Just going down last week to their second loss of the season. Sydney United, that late winner for Matt Sim. And on the back of that midweek loss in the round 7 of the FFA Cup. Certainly hurt many of the players and their fans. But a solid win it will be today for them. Just steadying that ship once again. Stachevsky looking for Dimoski. Lenaric gets there first. Skabilio now. Van der Sarg. Ivanovic wants it and gets it. Trying to get around Djordjevic. And Nikola Djordjevic wins the goal kick. Well, the Scorpion King, as he's been dubbed for that wonderful strike against Southern Sharks early on this season, but his development has been outstanding this year in the centre of the back for Wollongong. Given opportunity out of the 20s from last season. If he's not the form central defender of the competition, actually the form pairing with Nick Littler, he's one of. Plenty of players really rising to the occasion this year. They can smell a premiership only weeks away if they can continue on their fine form, and of course a championship in the offing in the finals. As touched on, they will maintain at least a 5-point gap pending other results today. But with a victory, not allowing a sniff from any other sides. Ball's turned over now, though, and it's a Carter can find James. Thomas James still going. Jinking his way into the corner, waiting for the cavalry to arrive. Chris Price it is. Great vision there, looking for Stachewski, but only getting there first. Talbot, Van der Sarg, playing their way out of trouble. Sydney, through Ivanovic now. Van der Sarg, 4 on 5. Georgievic does enough to just hold it up and allow Price and his defensive partners to marshal the troops, but it's Scabilio now. Fay goes himself. Paddy Scabilio getting down to his left, Passfield, and rolls it out for Carter. Looking for a fourth. You can see the Wolves smell the blood in the water here at Wollongong through Callaghan. Demoski pulls the trigger. Scabilio under pressure. Cool as a cucumber as always, Paddy Scabilio. Banani. Van der Sarg just lazy there. Can't get away with it, and it's a Carter. Talbot does well. Wins it back for Sydney. Van der Sarg thanks him as he runs past him. Coop isolated in that middle third. He'll do well to hold on to it. No advantage. Wins the free. Got us calling action for you today on the NPL New South Wales Facebook and Football New South Wales YouTube streams.
Substitution for the Wollongong Wolves, number 14.
Coming off for the Wolves, Harry Callaghan. Coming on his number 25, Bull Juach.
Bull Juach.
Van der Sarg, Ivanovic, Teague, Van der Sarg, slides it in behind for Teague, first time, wins the corner. Talbot gets it far post. James, first time. Stachewski. Looking for the switch. Demoski it was that he was looking for, but falls to the Wolves once again. Neuenhoff. Juach has a shot from distance, Bull Juach. Don't forget all your Wolves fans once again. Wollongong Wolves will be here at Wynn Stadium next Sunday entertaining Sydney Olympic 3 p.m. kickoff. He's hoping for some better weather than we had today. Still a good crowd on hand. Good to see you getting behind your local side. We've done some fabulous things throughout 2019, these first 15 weeks of the competition. And still with plenty of aspirations to come. Ball forward for James. Lenaric tracking across. Sees the free kick as the rain starts to come down again. Certainly got some heels on him, Anton Lenaric. Thomas James is lightning quick and he's been able to match motors with him throughout the game. Two-man wall for Hewitt Bell. Stachewski over the ball for Wolves. Into the mixer. And the header by Thomas James. Who else but TJ? And that's Thomas James, 18th of the season. And Wollongong Wolves now lead Sydney by 4 goals to 0.
Wollongong Wolves 4, Sydney FC 0.
Well, his second goal of the afternoon, Thomas James, both coming from the header. And a deft header it was. See another substitution for Jim Van Weeren coming off is Ben Coop. And he's replaced by Jaden Kucharski. Talbot.
Substitution for Sydney FC.
Far post looking for Van der Sark.
Jaden Kucharski.
McDonald just helps it up over the halfway line. Demoski, James. As we approach the final 5 minutes here at Wynn Stadium, the ball inside looking for Juach. Skibile getting there first. And Fail play it out. Kucharski with his first touch of the game. Neuenhoff. Kucharski again. Plays a 1-2 with Teague. Good vision there from the youngster. So the play shifts across to the right now through Scibilio. Ball over the top for Talbot, but Price reads it well. Georgievic helps it out over the sideline. Wollongong, just like all good sides, you can't invite them into the contest and take their chances, and football's a game of chances. You're in a side in the rich vein of form that Wollongong have been this year. They don't need many opportunities to make it count. Price under pressure from Van der Sark. Knight. The no-look pass to Akata, the switch to James, and once again another foray into Sydney's half from the Wolves. Kucharski sees the throw on the far side. James. Scibilio just forcing him back. Goes to Passfield, who'll have to get rid of it first. Time under pressure from Van der Sarg. There was there. Mlinarik, head down. Stachevski. Price. Akata. First time ball in by Price. The clearance only as far as Akata. Still fighting there. It's Neuenhoff who comes away with it. Ivanovic. Under pressure from Littler. Play on. Can't slide it through though. And the right call made there. No advantage played. So Stephen Lucas will go back to the original foul there on Nicholas Littler. Progress scores from around the ground. Still Manly 1 leading Marconi Stadiums 0. That's 77 minutes gone at Cromer Park. 53 gone at Lambert Park. Harpia and Sydney United still 0-0. Talbot, first time ball in. Far post. Headed away by McDonald. Cleared to safety by Stachevski. James, the 1-2. Long ball forward for Juach. Chased by Mlinarik. Still going Bull Juach into the 18-yard box. Can he square it up for Demoski? Goes himself off the post! Well, Stefan Demoski was screaming for it. Bull Juach only had eyes for goals. And the force safe off the post. And it will be a Wolves corner on the far side. Once again in transition. Almost making it 5-0. It'll be James Stachevski once again. What a shift it's been for him today. Ball in. Looking for Demoski. Ball just floats out of play. Goal kick to Sydney. Yeah, James Stachevski, one of those players who Floats in and around the play all day. Gives you 110% all day, all night. What a good player he is. Good to see all these players step up this year. Some talent unearthed across all teams. Makes for the fabulous comp that it is. The NPL New South Wales men's. 1. Skabilio. Kacharski. Well read by Knight. And once again, here they go. Just his errant pass. Juach will get there, but Lenaric strong. Skabilio. Knight to Littler as we reach the 90-minute mark. Here in the gong. Price. Nakata. Silky skills from the Japanese maestro. Finding Stachevsky, the ball in behind. Marginally offside Juach. Explosive pace that he has.
The fourth official.
There'll be 1 minute additional time to be added on here
Added time.
in Wollongong. Referee Lucas and his officials also want to get out of this cold, wet weather, but it's been a dominant display from Wollongong. About to chalk up their 10th win of the season. Can they get one more in this final minute? Domovsky wins the throw as referee Lucas looks at his watch. Only seconds left in this one. McDonald. Maybe the last play of the game. This pass in, the throw. Kacharski fighting there with Stachevsky. Van der Sarg. Knight. Price. As the clock winds down. And the whistle is blown full time here in Wollongong. And another dominant display to the home side. Wollongong Wolves defeating Sydney FC by 4-0. Goal scorers for Wollongong, a brace to Thomas James.
Full-time
One to
today's first grade fixture. Final score.
Lachlan Scott.
Wolves 4, Sydney FC 0.
Also 1 to Takaru Carter.
Today's game, everyone is welcome back to the
The leaders keep on keeping on. Maintain their 5-point gap at the top of the competition.
Drink or two.
But in tough conditions today was the league leaders
Next Sunday against
who have
Sydney Olympic.
came out on top.
Thanks for everyone coming out into
It's been a pleasure calling all the action for you in the bike today down here on the south coast of New South Wales. A full time here at Wynn Stadium, Wollongong Wolves 4, defeating Sydney FC 0.